Hey y'all, welcome back. Where am I? Where am I in my messy garage? Hey, we're working here. My mess. It's the way I like it, I guess. Anyway, welcome back. Team King Project here. I'm going to take you through some diagnosing of an engine miss in this video. I wanted to talk a little bit about the channel of the project, what we're up to here. Obviously, if you've watched some of my videos, I'm working on a 69 Camaro 350 engine. It's been modified a little bit. It's not like a really high performance race car engine. It's a street, what would be called a street strip car. It's fast enough, but I'm just trying to make things work the way they're supposed to work, and it's got a miss. I'm trying to diagnose it, and really overall for the channel, what am I really doing here? Preserving history of classic cars. Okay, it's a classic car. I'm not saying, hey, go out and buy a Camaro or 69 Camaro or 67 or 68 or 78, whatever, but any classic car. Preserving the history of those cars, preserving the history of the classic engines, naturally aspirated engines. Today everything seems to be fuel injected. What's not fuel injected is going towards fuel injected. It's like you can take this engine from the 60s and actually they make fuel injection systems for them. You can fuel inject them, and it don't make it go faster. It makes it run smoother. It makes it, you know, you can take off from the stop sign a little smoother, whatever. But if you get your carburetor right, carbureted engine is just fine, unless you're like living in some place where it's really cold. Those cold starts are a little rough with a carbureted engine, but hey, it'll still run, no problem. Also, involving family. Okay, this is a family project. This is a project car for our family. Leo loves this car. Leo loves things mechanical. He loves to build things, and Anna is who's filming this right now. Hi, Anna. And she's doing all my film editing and videography and setting up lights like that one shining on me right now. But involving family. I mean, if you haven't noticed, I'm holding this, and if you haven't figured it out by now, this is a cement mixer. It is. I'll let Leo explain that. But he likes to take his toys and turn them into vehicles, turn them into trucks, different kinds of trucks, cars. He has a great imagination. In this video, you're going to see him get in there with me. We're putting in some spark plugs in the car, and getting him excited and getting him involved and getting him this whole younger generation into being excited about history and the history of classic cars, the history of automobiles, knowing how to roll up your sleeves and get in there and actually do your own work. Part of this is just do your own work, me doing my own work. My channel philosophy isn't doing it the cheapest way. In fact, sometimes I have to do it like 3, 4, 5, 10 times. It definitely isn't the cheapest way. It's my way. It's like I may screw it up 3 or 4 times before I finally get it right. But it's my way of doing it. And it's, again, not necessarily the cheapest way, but I guess what I'm trying to say is the right way. And I'm not a mechanic. I've told you all that. But I know how I grew up working on cars. I grew up, you know, in my youth. I learned things from my dad and my neighbors and my neighbors' dads. We worked on our own cars, changed our own oil. There weren't Jiffy Lubes on every corner or 10 down on every block. If you're going to change your oil, typically you did it yourself, or you had a neighbor do it, or if you were like me and you were in an auto shop, you had friends and neighbors that hit you up. Hey, can you take my car to the shop today at school and change my oil or do a tune-up or whatever? That's just the way we did it. That's the way I grew up. And now we have an entire generation, or a generation and a half or two, of kids that really didn't get into that, because cars, as technology got better, didn't require the tinkering that cars did back in the old days, back in the 60s, even 70s, and before. So we kind of grew up, my generation grew up, a lot of us guys, working on cars and enjoying it and having fun with it. Fast forward, obviously I'm not in my younger days anymore, but I'm back to my youth here and working on a classic car. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I'm teaching Leo, and Anna has absolutely zero desire to work on a car, although she has helped me. She's helped me with the interior. She helps me with different diagnostic things, and just recently figuring out I had a different problem. She helps me with the mathematical stuff, because that's not my strength. You know, you get into math sorcery on these engines, and I need help, and she's really good at that. So I get the family involved, and she enjoys solving problems with me too, and she enjoys doing the video editing and learning that skill, and being artistic. She likes that. But we will roll in other videos with Anna actually in them, with Leo in them, and just try to maintain that, the flavor or the mission of our channel here, and that is, again, classic cars, family, and maybe involving some of the younger generation into not being afraid to get a older car, a classic car, and start doing some of the work yourself. Don't be afraid. Okay. Scratch that. Be afraid. Be very afraid. I'm afraid. I'm scared to death half the time I'm about to bark on something I haven't done before or in a long time. And just like you, I go to YouTube and watch other guys do it. There's a lot of really good guys out there doing stuff and explaining things. And if you learn something from this channel about working on cars, great. That's not what I'm here for. Though really, I'm glad that you learned something, but I'm really not trying to be the expert here. What I'm trying to be here is the guy that has the fear of doing it and does it anyway. And that's what I really, that's the message to other guys out there, and in particular younger guys who have thought about getting into something like this and being, intimidated by it. Fine, be intimidated, be scared, but it really doesn't take that much. Basic tools, and maybe I'll do a video in the future on how to acquire a classic car, or what I went through to get this one. Because sometimes people think, wow, how do you get a 52-year-old car in that kind of shape, or in any kind of shape for that matter, and make it run and make it go, and actually enjoy it. Part of working on it is part of the project, is part of the channel, is part of the fun. Okay, I actually enjoy doing it, even though sometimes I'm intimidated or I get scared. And I tell you what, if you break it, and I've broken it, somebody out there can fix it. I've got buddies I can call, thanks JB, and YouTube channels that are very instructional, that I can learn things from. But beware. If you go into a YouTube channel, and let's say you find 3 or 4 or 5 guys that tell you a certain way of doing things, and they all have a different message, or a different way of doing it. Chances are that's because that's what worked on that vehicle, and it may not work on yours. So what I keep reminding myself of, or I keep learning over and over, is I have to go back to documentation online. I have to go back to manufacturers of parts, manufacturer of things, and read the documentation that comes with those pieces. I'm fortunate in this vehicle. Long Engine Works in Maryland is the builder of the engine. I've got a build sheet which has got the parts listed on it of what he put in the car and how he made it work. That's where I am right now. After this video, I'm going to be going into the valve train rocker arms, adjusting valves, and I'll show you 2 or 3 different ways I goof this up. Okay, literally I goof this up, and mainly I goof it up because I didn't go back and read a piece of information that I really needed. I relied on 3 or 4 or 5 guys on YouTube who actually were doing it right for their vehicles, but it wasn't right for this one. And it's very specific to hydraulic lifters, the hydraulic lifters, which are 858 comp cams that are in this car. I'll get into that in the next video and exactly what was going on there and how I screwed it up unintentionally, and how I got myself out of the mess, and some of the problems I find along the way. Because the more I tune and the more I mess with it, the more things I find that I want to fix, or things that just aren't right. And then you're going to find the same thing too. If you get a classic car, chances are it's not going to be perfect. It's not. And depending on how that whoever did the work on the car to get it from the side of the ditch or in a barn or wherever it's been sitting for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years, maybe they intended to restore it to like new, into its factory original for themselves, and then they had to sell it. Or maybe they intended to flip it. Okay, just get it running good enough to flip, and it's going to be everything in between. Or you may find one that you want to restore that has all kinds of problems and nobody's messed with the thing in 40 years. You just don't know. Okay, even this one, I can show you pictures. I can take pictures of this car. It's beautiful. Maybe I'll roll in a beautiful picture of this car right now. But I can tell you, this, although I can take a really pretty picture of this car, I'm a halfway decent photographer. Paint's not perfect. It's not. There's things that could be fixed. There's things that could have been done better. There's things that you can see when you get up close and really start to looking. But if you get 3 or 4 feet back, I mean, the car's beautiful. I mean, it's seriously got a deep shine. It's like beyond showroom shine this car has. I mean, it really is a really good shine. And this has been bugging me. We're trying not to be a political channel, but you know what? These guys got to go. These guys got all anti-gun or something. Yeti, I ain't done advertising you. You just aren't going to be on my wall here anymore. I'll still use your cooler because it cost me so damn much. Why does it cost so much? I'll still use it, but you're gone from there, buddy. Maybe I'll put, yeah. Here we go. One of my new favorite companies. Comp cams. Here's another we're going to be doing a video on soon. Race ramps. Woohoo! I'm not jumping over stuff with ramps. It's just I can drive the car up on a ramp and get under it. It really is low to the ground. Anyway, don't be afraid or step past your fear of getting in there to work on these cars. Like I said, if you break it, somebody out there can fix it, or somebody can help you fix it. Just real quick, just to tease you on a video coming up. Okay. Ta-da! We're gonna do some archaeology on the heads. I think I mentioned before these double hump heads, and as soon as I took those valve covers off, we see all of these blue aluminum rocker arms that they're really cool. They look really cool. And I started to do some adjusting on them and stuff, and I found all kind of weird stuff. One is, they're not exact, I don't know if the camera's picking this up in this light, but they're not exactly the same color blue. This is a lighter blue, this is a darker blue. There's no markings on them. I couldn't tell you what ratio they are. I expect they're 1.5 because that was what would be stock on a Chevy 350. But I don't know. And honestly, I don't know who made them. But I'm going to put this up to the camera's microphone so you can hear it. There's a little roller on that rocker, the roller. That's the roller. It rolls on the valve stem. But I'm going to try to get that in there if I can hear it. Maybe you can hear that roller. What I'm doing is I'm doing this into the microphone on that roller. This one does it too, but it's gritty. It's got flat spots in it. It's nasty, nasty, nasty. They look great when you first open up the valve covers, and you go, wow, okay, and you got blue, pretty valve or rocker arms. But they ain't so pretty when you get to really looking at them close. Even the adjustment nuts, they're called polylocks. This one's a 9/16, this one's a 5/8, and there's no rhyme or reason as to what's where in there. It's like, why? I don't know. This is what's going on in the car, in the engine. The new comp cam, poly, chromoly, steel, real roller rockers. That's a roller. Here's a roller. That's going in there. Okay. I got to do some measurement on the push rods to make sure see what size of push rods. I got to have to replace them. I know, for instance, or I suspect rather, this is a 1.5 ratio. I know this is a 1.52 ratio, which means that my push rods aren't going to be the right size for these. I don't think they're 7.8s, and I may have to go up or down on that. So I got to do some measuring on that. I got to figure that out. Again, adventure. It's fun. I wish you were here to do it for me, because I don't feel like doing that, but I'm gonna. And then I gotta order the push rods once I figure out what they are. Okay, I got Leo. I told you I roll some Leo in later into this video, but like I said, if you didn't figure out, what is this, Leo?
Concrete mixer.
Concrete mixer. Excuse me, I said cement mixer. It's a concrete mixer. Explain the parts.
Cab, drum, wheels, chassis.
Alright, how did you come up with this particular design? You don't know? You just made it up?
Do
you make any other kind of trucks?
Yeah.
What other kind of trucks do you make?
Dump truck.
Dump trucks?
And ambulances.
Ambulances. Fire trucks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you just kind of come up with it, don't you? And somehow these became wheels. This was, I don't know where you learned chassis, but you learned it.
You're pretending this is a seat?
Yeah, we're pretending this bucket is a seat. Actually, sometimes buckets are seats. It's a pretty good one. Anyway, get your family involved. Leo, do you like working on the Camaro with Daddy?
I just like this color.
You like that color of the bucket? It's kind of a nice yellow. Did you like putting the spark plugs in? We're going to put the spark plugs in later in this video. Yeah? And we got some other work to do. You ready to do some more work?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Let's get to it. Thanks for your help, Mia. Okay, one of the things I talk about in this video, and I don't really explain it when I'm doing it, is this part right here, this piece. This is actually a socket. You can buy these on Summit Racing. I think you can get them on Amazon, same people. Sorry, they're made in China, but I couldn't find them where they weren't made in China. But there's two different sizes. All right, that's like an inch and maybe an inch and a half. But what this does is, like, if you're in my situation, you got spark plugs right behind headers, and you can't get a spark plug wrench on them. Okay, because you just don't have the room. What happens, or what you can do, is get you one of these, and it's got that cutout. All right, you just get that cutout, put it in there, and then you can get a wrench on this. I believe that it's 5/8, I think. And you just get a wrench on it and take them out and put them in with these tools, these two tools. I wanted to explain that to you because I just kind of threw them in there in this video without saying anything about them. And it's kind of important if you have an engine with headers, first generation Chevrolet, or even, I don't know, later, maybe even two, that have headers. You're gonna find spark plugs behind those headers, and you just can't get the wrenches on the dang things. But these are really helpful in doing that. One more thing I want to talk about is, and I'll explain in another video, so this is a little teaser of a video, or a teaser for this video, for a future video. This thing, okay? This, all right? It's on the car in this video, you see it running. But what is this, Leo?
Carburetor. Carburetor.
Okay, carburetor. This is an Edelbrock 600 CFM that had to be replaced. Edelbrock 1406. 1406. The other number there, 7173. I think that's the year that it was manufactured. It was manufactured in 2013. Anyway, dime a dozen out there. These things are everywhere. Great carburetor, not great for every application. So pay attention to your documentation. Mechanically, there's not really anything wrong with it. It's kind of dirty. It needs to be cleaned out. But it's the wrong carburetor for this engine. Well, not for the engine. Perfect for the engine. It's wrong for the Edelbrock, same brand, Edelbrock Performer RPM intake that's on the engine. It says right on Edelbrock site, don't use that carburetor. So like I said, if you get a car, whomever has done the work on it, you're going to find problems with it. It may come and run with the wrong carburetor and cause different problems. And that certainly is the case with this one. Wrong carburetor, check. Got a new carburetor on it now. I'll show you that in a future video. But it's also an Edelbrock, but it's a new AVS2. Really cool unit. Anyway, let's get on with the show. Okay, one of the last videos I was talking about this vacuum issue, okay, or at least the vacuum gauge is on there. And what I was pointing to with the engine running is that it doesn't really matter where the needle is as far as how much vacuum there is. It's hovering around 15, but that's not the issue or the point. Point is it should be steady and it's bouncing, okay, which says that there's something's not correct, something's not right, there's a problem, okay. I talked about vacuum, okay. This could be a vacuum issue somewhere in the manifold, somewhere in the valve train, or worse, down in the engine, like a piston ring or something like that. But before we go digging into all these mechanical pieces, the first place to look is to the ignition, okay. We're going to go to the ignition first, because this is telling me, for whatever reason, there's a piston that's probably not pulling its load of vacuum. It's like, I got vacuum, I don't got vacuum. I got vacuum, I got vacuum. I don't got vacuum. It's like 7 cylinders, good vacuum, 1 cylinder, bad vacuum. Okay? That's essentially what this is telling me. Okay? Telling us. We're on this adventure together. Okay, so what we're going to do to see if we can diagnose this problem is I'm going to take one spark plug wire off of the distributor at a time, take it off, see if this changes, gets worse. If it gets worse, that's probably not the problem. Put it back, take the next one. If it gets worse, the vacuum starts, it bounces more, it's probably not, it's not the problem. Put it back. Go all the way around the distributor cap, okay? And yeah, I know there's a certain timing or timing sequence, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't matter until we find a problem. Then we got to figure out, okay, where that wire goes if it's a wire problem, okay? Now, it could be a wire, it could be the distributor. The distributor, we know it's not the coil because some of the cylinders are firing fine. It could be a spark plug, okay? So, I'm going to start it back up, and I'm going to start taking those wires off one at a time. And watch here with me to see what happens. I'm going to start with wire number 1. Okay. All right. That clearly got worse. Now it should improve when I put it back. Yep. Went back to where it was. Alright, let's go. Number 8. Ow, shot you. By the way, this thing will shot you. Be careful. I got a glove and I got a double glove here, but it's still shot you. Alright, but anyway, it got worse.
Alright? So we put it back and you can see it go back to where it was. Alright, level down. Settle down. Next. Alright. Again, it got worse. And it shot me 3 times. Alright, I can do this. I can turn the engine off and do this one at a time, but where's the fun in that? A little more spicy this way. And you can see it real time. Or we, I should say, can see it real time. Alright, leveled out. Not good, but it leveled out to where it was. Next. Alright, got worse. Went back to where it was. Alright, if I'm not even taking it, that pretty much stays the same. So back. I don't know if you can see that, but I can see the spark. I can see the spark coming out of the distributor into this wire. Now, I know the spark is good here, but I think we'll do it one more time. So take it off. See where this changes or not, or how much it changes. Not a lot. Alright. That one didn't change much, so that one's suspect. I believe that is number 6. Go with the number 6. It's over there. 2, 4, 6. Alright, let's do the other two. These are hard to get to. Hey, got spark. Make that work. Gloves are clumsy. I'm not afraid of the wire. That's the part to be afraid of right there. Get that dude on there. Let's get right up against the firewall. Alright. He's back. And start it back up. Alright. Check here. That got worse. Got better. One more. Worse. I don't know if y'all can see that. It was sparking across the wire. Better. Alright, let's go to score number 6. See what's going on here. Okay, 6, 246, third spark plug back. All right, this is 6, hiding right there behind the header. Let's take a closer look. What's going on? Okay, so here's the problem. I hope you can see that on this camera. Take a look here at the distance from the end of the boot to the start of the spark plug. Let me get a flashlight. End of the boot to the start of the spark plug, or the middle part of the spark plug right there. Alright, look at the distance between here and here. Now let's check that on this other one. And now, can you see that gap? How big that white, or how much white is showing? The spark plug wire has backed off that spark plug. Okay, so I'm going to pull that wire off and see if it didn't get melted by the header there, and go from there. All right. Okay, this car's hot. The headers are extra hot. I'm gonna put my leather glove back on. I'm gonna see if I can pull that spark plug wire the rest of the way off. Pulled the whole wire out. Let's see if I can get that boot out. It is right up against the header. Okay. Alright, let's look at the boot. Yeah, look at there. That boot has set against that header and melted. There's the problem. So, you guys, if you have something like that, go to your basics. Are we getting spark? Are we getting, oh, look, it goes all the way through. I don't know if you can, the camera's picking that up or not. There's a hole all the way, burned all the way through that spark plug wire, or boot rather. And that would definitely arc against the inside of the header. I bet if we could get a camera on the inside of that header very easily, and we can't, but I bet there's arc marks on it. But we're losing fire right there, okay? And it was gapped away from the spark plug, okay? It's pulled away from the spark plug. And the HEI is strong enough to spark across a really wide gap, but it's going to be a weak spark. So it may kind of semi-fire in there, or incomplete combustion. So anyway, if you got something going on like that, start with your ignition system, spark plug wires, distributor cap, rotor, all the way down to the spark plugs, and see if you don't find a solution, just like we did right here. But anyway, I hope it's a solution. I'm going to go ahead and change the wires and the plugs, and we'll reconvene. Alright, Leo. You going to help me get the spark plug in here? Alright, watch what I'm doing. You're going to put that wrench right there.
But I don't think I can get it right in the engine.
Right, I'm going to put it under for you, and then you can tighten it. Okay?
Oh,
And now, I want you to reach down there and push that wrench that way.
oh, I can't reach.
Okay, well, I'm going to help you get down there. Right there. Now you can reach it.
Tiny.
Okay. I'm going to do it one more time, alright? I got you. You're not going to fall in. Other way. This way. Oh, man, look at you go. You're so strong.
Your turn.
Okay, hang on. Stay right where you are. We are going to put... I got you. You're not going to fall. We are going to put torque wrench on it, and you can help me torque it, okay?
Okay, how about this one?
We're going to use this one. Big blue one, okay?
Oh, I'm going to use this baby one.
Oh, I want you to use this big one. You can reach it better. Alright, now pull. One more time. Okay, we got it. 20 pounds, 20 foot-pounds of pressure right there.
I'm fixing the Camaro.
Yeah, you are.
But I want to use this wrench now.
Okay, now we got to gap this spark plug to 45, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to get that. Gap that over. Going to 45. Not an inch further. There we are. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Gapped at 45. Okay, let's get this spark plug in the hole. Alright, Danny, we stand there and get it started for you, and then you can wrench it in there, okay?
Okay, but it's kind of far.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think I can reach down there. And I have to step on this thing. But my head doesn't reach that far.
Yeah, wait. Hang on, I'll help you.
But how will you do this one?
How about
You try it.
I'm going to put it on there, and then you're going to do it for me. How about we use the big blue one so it's easier to reach?
Thank you. Yeah, because the small one is much smaller than the other big one. That's blue.
Alright, put your hand on there and pull. Wait, let's back it up.
Beep, beep, beep.
Yep, now pull.
Really hard.
Okay, we got it. Alright, good job. You were such a good helper.
I gotta sit up a little bit.
Hmm?
I gotta sit up a little bit.
Okay, what do we gotta do next? Gap the spark plug to 45.
I'll do the other spark plug, okay?
Oh, that's how you do them one at a time, okay? One of these days, it'll be your job to gap spark plugs.
I'll do the last one.
Okay. I'm gonna reach it. Just hang on to that for me, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna put it right.
Just hang on to it. You know, put it in your pocket. You have a pocket?
Mm-hmm.
Nope, no pocket. Alright, so just hang on to it a minute.
How do I put it in here?
Okay. That's a good spot for it. Actually,
It looks like a big one.
yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go down here and put this spark plug in the engine, okay? You gonna wait for me? Hang on. I'm gonna get by you, buddy.
I'm seeing the engine bang.
Engine bay. You are doing a great job. Can I borrow that?
Yeah. Here. And what is this thing?
That's an extension.
Let's see if this fits on it.
Okay, that one.
Nope, too big. I'm trying to find a place for it. I think it fits in there. Nothing to call out.
This is the worst place to put a spark plug. Right behind the header pipe.
I'll put it right.
Can't even see it, can we, Leo? Can't even see it. Can you hand me this wrench?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll put
Good job.
this right here. And you can reach it. I'll take this right here.
Hang on, buddy. I got you.
I'm going to use this as a pedal.
The light.
Yeah. Like an engine car.
Okay.
Like an engine car.
Hold that.
Right. That. Ooh.
Okay, one more to go, buddy.
Okay.
You got it? Let's gap it.
Where's the thing I put on it?
Yeah, I gap it. Right here. Oh, I took it off.
Yeah.
I had to use it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, we gapped at 45.
And do you
Gapped at
need,
45, buddy.
do you know what this
Where
thing
is
is
it?
called?
It's the hood, ain't it?
Yeah. But it's called the engine hood.
Oh, it sure is. Okay, one more spark plug to go, and it's going in behind this other header pipe right in the front of the engine. So I gotta go right by your foot. So I'm gonna move your foot a little bit. Okay, can you put your foot right there? Okay.
It's moving. It moved a little bit.
Yeah, you're fine. You're doing good, buddy. You're a good helper. Oh, can I borrow that?
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, we're gonna hand me this wrench. Cleo, hand me the wrench.
There.
Yeah. Alright, you're gonna reach down here and help me tighten this one? You put your foot back down. This way. Okay.
And use levers. I think. Yeah. I have to use a really big one.
Can you grab this one?
Oh, but it's kind of too short.
That's too far down there?
Yeah.
Alright, well put your foot down a little further. Down that way. This other way. Put down. Reach. I got you. You're not gonna fall.
Okay.
I got you. Reach, reach, reach. Oh, look at you! You're so strong. Oh my goodness. You're such a good helper, buddy.
It was your turn now.
Okay, I'll put the last tightening on it.
Yeah.
Alright, my friend. We got them all in there.
Yeah. Woo!
Sure. Well, job well done, mister.
Well done.
Well done. Alright. We're done with that job. Thanks for your help, man. You ready to get out of there?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Oh! Alright, man.
What's the next job?
Okay, these are the wires that we put on in the video, or at the end of the video. I didn't show them putting them on. These are MSDs, MSD 8.5. They're supposed to be some kind of special make it go faster wire, probably good for, I don't know, 8 horsepower. Anyway, I had actually ended up with 2 different burnt spark plug wires. These MSDs, they come with this little nifty number thing. You can number your wires, and this little tool. The way it works is you put that somehow. I haven't done this before, so y'all are watching live. See if I can screw this up for you. It's like this is number 1. If you notice that marked as number 1. So somehow this thing slides up, scoots over there, lands on the wire. Okay, you can do it for all 8. So can you see that, number 1? Kind of cool. So we got them all. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll go ahead and number these so I know what's what when I just pop them all off in the future. I mean, I already know the firing order, but the main thing is knowing where number 1 is. But it's kind of handy and some neat little tool to have. Anyway, make sure you like this video if you liked it. If you watched it, you don't like it anyway. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to, and ring that little, or touch that bell if you want to be notified on future videos. Thank y'all for hanging around. See you next time.